Will Trey Lance play again this season, man?
It's tough to say. I mean, it's maddening to think
Barring
that
injury.
we could.
I'm not saying like will Jimmy get injured, but like will they
Right. Right. No, I mean, it
sprinkle?
is so frustrating to watch what we saw last night and to know the talent on this team and the capability that we would have if we got consistency there, and to see Trey Lance not get the opportunity. I've been calling for, while I side with having to believe my head coach in what he's seeing in practice and believing that Jimmy gives him the best chance to win, that doesn't stop me from criticizing and wondering openly on all of my shows before each game for the past 4 or 5 weeks, why can't we see Trey Lance in very specific packages so that we would have an answer to the question of, would Trey Lance be a better option for this team? But the unwillingness to waver even the slightest amount to put in Trey Lance on what would be a seemingly unlosable situation where you have a second and short in between the 40s. You bring in Trey Lance under center, play action, roll him out to the wide side of the field, cut the reads in half, allow him to use his legs or his arm. Like, tell me what can go wrong in that situation. You're telling me the offensive line really would struggle with one play they know is coming each week that is going to be a design quarterback rollout? You're telling me they can't adjust to that somehow that throws off the rhythm in such a way that it's just impossible to see? To me, that's the frustrating part, because to surmise that Trey would come in and just be better or equal to Jimmy is guesswork at this point. But we could have a definitive answer if they would just allow him some snaps. And to this point, they're just stubborn in that regard.
And what was the logic of sprinkling Trey Lance into the game the first few weeks of the season? I mean, the logic to me was A, Jimmy isn't good enough. We need another element. And B, Trey Lance is too good to bury. This is what the offense needs. And then midway through the season, Trey Lance gets hurt. Jimmy goes on a little bit of a hot streak. And it seemed like the logic goes to, well, maybe we undersold Jimmy. Maybe, just believing in Jimmy. Maybe if you say you believe in Santa Claus. No, it's believing in Jimmy and just getting the Trey Lance, the what is the word? The distraction out. He'll be better. Well, this happened. He didn't improve. He had a few good games, and then this happened. As you said, he's consistently inconsistent. Whether Trey Lance plays or not, this game from Jimmy Garoppolo is always lurking on the horizon. So to me, it seems like the logic they used to work Trey Lance in applies more than ever. Not to switch to him
really
entirely,
does,
but just to sprinkle him in like you did earlier.
Yes, this offense has continued to show us that they're capable of stalling out in their entirety, right? That they can string together a series of 3-and-outs in the middle of a game where on either side of it, they're moving the ball well. It seems they need a spark. It seems they have someone capable of generating a spark, but they refuse to try.
Very strange. So I don't think they're going to play him again this season either. And I think it'll be something that we go think back on and analyze for years. Just like we do the Tom Brady decision. I mean, this is a huge decision with ramifications for years. It's the quarterback, the future, the franchise quarterback. They decided to keep him on the bench in 2021. It may or may not have been the right thing to do. We'll see. And we won't really know for years. Just as like we're still learning about whether it was the right move to move on to not bring in Brady. I think we got the answer, but who knows? Maybe the Niners will beat the Tampa first round and look different. Who knows?
Wouldn't that be sweet?
The miss to Juice was everything Jimmy is. My grandma could have completed that pass. How TF you overthrow someone that wide open? The crazy thing is he's hit that pass numerous times. That's why they called it. That's one of the deep throws that he hits. Fred publicly said the kid is shredding them in practice. Benjamin said Fred publicly said the kid is shredding them in practice now after all the unsuccessful stops on third down. Didn't look hard, but cricketed about Jimmy. Yeah, he did say that.
He did. That seemed to set up a moment where you could reinsert Trey Lance. You now have a storyline that excuses the reason for not playing him. Oh, well, the finger really was more than we let on against the Raiders, right? We had to hold him back because he wasn't completely healthy, and it was showing in his passes in practice. His accuracy suffered. Now it's back on track. Now the rookie is as exciting as he's ever been.
Fred
and
Warner
yet...
said so.
Right.
Fred Warner said so. And you know what? John Lynch tried to respond by going on the radio this week and say Jimmy Garoppolo is lights out. He's playing like he's operating our offense perfectly right now. Maybe wait 2 weeks to say that one, dude. Like, maybe let the season finish out, because now what you got is a vet who has really validated all of his critics, and a young guy over here who's getting praise from the captain of the team. Awkward position. Awkward.
Very awkward.
Rob, this was a Mondo show. Thank you for doing this with me on Christmas Eve. I think it was one of our best.
I would agree. A very frustrating result to the game last night, but a very pleasant interaction today, Grant.
We have to maintain a standard of performance, whether or not the 49ers do. That's their issue. We have our own standards, and I think we hit it today.
Yes, we are illustrating for them what consistency looks like.
That's right. It looks like two big, oversized chairs and a guy wearing a Blues Clues checkered shirt and a guy wearing a sweatshirt with the Niners on it. So this is it, guys. Drink it in.